Hello for a wonderful Sunday evening. What a week it's been. We have been busy both down with Dave Sparks at work at Sparks Motors, and I've had a lot of stuff going on up here on top of the mountain with the fortress. Wow, it has been a lot. And right now I feel exhausted, but it's a good exhausted. So at the beginning of the week, we did a recovery up in Idaho, which has not been released yet, so I'm not going to talk about that. And then right after that, on Thursday and Friday, as a combined, we had that recovery down in Lake Mead, helping out the guy with his houseboat. That was 26 hours straight from leaving here. It was Thursday morning at, I think we got into 6 o'clock to get started. Yeah, 6 o'clock in the morning, and had to get everything ready. I heard some of the stuff got prepared the previous evening from hands. We had to get all that ready and then drive all the way down. And Cooper and I took the military truck and the boat. Cooper did the driving. I'm not so good at staying awake, so he drove all the way down like a trooper. But it was hot in that truck, and the hatch was missing on the top, and the sun came down and was baking us. But we got down, we did the recovery, came back 26 hours straight. Well, that was my time. I think Cooper got back a little bit earlier since he took the plane. But by the time I got back with a couple of the fellows, it was 8 a.m. in the morning, a little bit after, maybe like 8:15 in the morning, Friday. And I was just basically spaced out. So I went home and laid out and instantly fell asleep until probably, I'm guessing, around 3:30 Friday. And since I had a big, huge pour up here at the mountain, at 3:30, I woke up, just grabbed something to eat, and then came up here to the mountain fortress to put the forms in, to make sure all the forms were ready for the pour. And I think I finished that like about probably around 9:30. Could be 10. So I was pretty happy with that, but still super tired, so went to bed, just boom, fall asleep. And then Saturday morning, had to get up real early to start doing the pour. I sort of underestimated the amount I had to do, because in order to do the actual upper slab, all the concrete has to be poured down in through the concrete block. That was more than the slab. In fact, I was up just working and working. I was gonna probably try to pour the slab around 4, which is pretty late. It takes about 4 to 6 hours to pour a slab, so I was figuring it was going to be dark by the time I was done. But I had a little family emergency, so I had to drop everything and head off. Everything worked out fine, so I ended up coming back today afternoon and to finish everything. And I didn't look at the time, but I'm guessing it's probably around 6:30 now. I'd finished pouring the slab. It's one of the pretty big slabs. And then I was so tired, I went down into one of the lower levels to my temporary sleep bed and took a nap for about 35-40 minutes. And now I'm doing this video. So that's sort of, Almost forgot. Also during this week, after working for down at Sparks Motors for Dave, every day on the other times that we weren't doing the recoveries, I was coming back up here for about 4 or 5 hours of working with the Sani. And so I really did a lot of work with that machine here up on the top. And I found something special. I found treasure digging. I'll show you that here in a minute. So first what I'll do is I will show you the pour and everything that was done for the actual fortress itself. Then we'll go down and we'll take a look at all the work I did with the Sani and the treasure that I found. So enough of all this. Let's get up and see the stuff. Now, one thing that I never thought about when I first was doing this, when you're dealing with thousands and thousands of bags, basically at 20,600 at this time, approximately, that's plus or minus a couple hundred, what you end up getting is piles and piles of empty concrete bags. Probably about 120 there. And so it takes time to dispose of all those bags. A lot of work. I'll get to that in a little bit. So there's the slab that I just poured today. One of the biggest issues is got to fill all the way down all the different concrete blocks. Now you notice on some of them I did not pour. It's because I still have some block that's going to come up for a very low wall right there, and right here there's a covering that's coming up right here to cover up this section. And so by leaving these gaps, that means I'm not butting the block against something just flat. I've got something that it's locking in place. Corners have a rebar with the pour that will go down. So basically I'm playing puzzle pieces or Legos sort of with putting it together. So that's what I just finished. Been pretty warm. I tend to take water that I have and splash it up on myself to keep me cool. So I'm just going to walk through the inside to get down, show you what we got going next. So before we see the treasure, we'll take a look at where the earth storage bunker is going to be. Did a lot of work with the excavator. Cleared it pretty much out, but we have a few little rock outcroppings, not much that I'll have to deal with. And I can deal with those pretty good because I managed to get most of it out. Now there's the Sani. I basically managed to get those rock pieces out just a little bit to bring it down a little bit here, but got one like boulder stuck in here. I got one right here. They're not that bad. I can probably get them out pretty good. And this one, another big one right here. But it won't be too much work, and I'll be able to get those out pretty quick. I just need to get my other equipment up here. So, but as you can see, I like leveled it out and used the Sani to compact it. Put in a bunch more boulders. So we've got the boulder wall. Now I want to go out farther, but I don't have enough fill dirt unless I decide to make it go down. But Eventually it's supposed to go all the way over to there. But at this time, I'm just going to be going right to here and calling it good. And seems like there's a bird that is not happy with me for some reason. I'm not really sure. Okay, well, it could be the wind had a wind turbine up there, and there is the control box, and it looks like the door is open. I'm wondering if somebody's built a nest up in there. So that's probably why they're a little bit annoyed with me standing right here. So, okay, well, I'm gonna head up to the next place that I worked with the Sani. And it's very interesting, all the different rock formations that I end up finding when I'm digging and scraping the topsoil off. So let's get over there. Well, it's hard to see here because the sun's behind, but there's definitely a nest up there. And I am being told in no uncertain terms that I'm not welcome. So I will head and just pass by, wave, bye-bye, and keep heading over to where I was working last with the Sani. Well, here's one of my trucks that was partially damaged in the fire back, I guess it was in 2007. It was up there, and I had to use the Sani to push it down here, get it out of the way. This is another place that I was initially wanted to build a building in here, but the issue that stopped me is I still have a lot of rock. But very interesting, there's this seam right here, traveling all the way right in this area right here, and it goes up and over. And for some reason, it's soft down in here. And right here, then boom, it's just the bedrock is straight across, but it just drops down, and I'm thinking it's going down here like it did on the other side. So I may bring the Sani, which is actually stuck down there. There's no real way to get the Sani out because I tore out the ramp I made to put it up, and Dave got it down by simply going off the edge. So I'll probably have to pile a little bit of dirt there and cut in a little bit to get the Sani back over here to maybe do an exploration right here. And the reason I'm looking for checking this out and doing exploratory is because of what I found on the other side. So the seam is sort of strange. It comes right here, comes right down, and then it reopens in this area. And then down in here, I've got like a sand powder. Pretty interesting. Right around here. And then I found treasure. Following this seam, going down here. I dug this out with the Sani. Woo, I have not been down here yet. As the bottom's actually about 30 feet down. Some material's falling in. It doesn't look like much because there's a bunch of dust on it. The treasure I found here is this is down in here. There's a huge pocket right in the bedrock. There's a hole, it just keeps going down, of sand and river rock gravel. And the mix is almost perfect to be used to add cement to make a concrete conglomerate. Really amazing. The pocket goes up to right about right here. Above it is dirt and rock. From right there in this pocket all the way around and down is all that sand and gravel. Pretty amazing little find. I seem to be on it. It goes back in here and underneath, it looks like, too. So I dug out quite a bit, so I'll go up and show you the pile. The pile of awesome material for building. Now, I don't necessarily need to use it for concrete. I've got some screeners because I need sand and I need gravel for the earth storage bunker. It looks like all of that's here. There's a lot of digging right in this area here. I spent most of my spare cash on keeping that Sandy operating on diesel. So, yeah, here we come. So, here is the pile. It's like a mix of river rock, it's all rounded off, and sand. I need to actually do some tests on this thing to make sure there's no like salter material and to make sure that it's a good consistency. But even if it's not any good for my regular concrete, it can always be used for the some of the fill concrete that goes in between in foundation areas or for simply compression. So I had dug out this pile from over there and noticed that it started to change color, that gray color from the dirt color. And so this pile right here is pure sand and river rock. There's a few larger stones in there that could be separated out, but I really can use that material. That is like amazing. That takes a whole bunch of work out of hauling materials up here, and there is a lot more way down there. So I'm gonna probably have to work out a system with a one of the probably 45-degree mine carts or something to unload all that, because I took the full length of the Sandy to get down to where it's at. Sandy can't really reach much farther. I think maybe only a foot or two, but every time I would scoop out some more would fall from around on the walls. But it's pretty amazing how I have this solid bedrock right here, and it just opens up in this area, and there's a giant hole. And back out in these other spots around me, it's hard conglomerate rock all glued together like concrete. So that is pretty amazing, and as I mine it out, it'll be nice if I can open up some rooms and stuff, and I will have my own new section of mine and tunnels. So if it goes down far enough, depending on if the gravel keeps going this direction, I might be able to tunnel directly from down there. If I get down maybe 50 feet or so, go to the edge of the mountain and come out on a horizontal, either on this side, which it looks like this side, or that way, but that way looks like it's solid. So that was a very amazing find. It's amazing what the Lord leaves for you when you're living on this planet. God is gracious, and that's like a miracle to me. A lot of people say, oh, that's not really treasure, but for me, that is a big pocket of treasure. Sandy, gravelly treasure. So, well, that's basically what I've done with the Sandy. I've got big piles of material all ready to be used for fill, which I can actually use over there for the earth storage bunker. But I have to get it from here all the way around back over. So probably get it there once the earth storage bunker is put up for the first part, and then I can drive across it. I'll have to get my little dump vehicle working again. which I will show you here in a second, because I use that with the mini excavator to move a lot of the material around here on the top. It's pretty handy to do so. And you can see here, this is where I had cleared out earlier to make the upper driveway up to the fortress a little bit bigger. And looking here, if I wanted to make the mining of that stuff look pretty cool, I could maybe like use one of these old mine carts, 45-degree ones. I got this one right there, which is in pretty nice shape. I have another one that's beat up. I know where there's another one of these that's in better shape. Oh, it's sort of like this bigger one right here. But I need a nicer one than this one. This one is all froze up. But I know where one of these is in nice condition. So, all right. Well, that's about pretty much of a update here on the Mountain Fortress project. I'm just going to take a quick look, see how I'm going to get this Sandy up, or see if I'll let Dave get it up. If I need to get this thing up to do that exploratory, I'll do it myself real quick. But right here is where Dave basically took it right down, and then I built up a ramp of dirt to get it back up when I was doing all the work, fixing the road, digging out all the different areas. But in order to try to get this thing all set up for the earth storage bunker, I had to use all that dirt and stuff for it. But I think that if I just nibble this a little bit here, I can flip it around, point it in this direction, lift the tracks up with the bucket, and then bring it up. But all that's going to have to wait for another day, because I'm tired and I'm going to get a good night's sleep tonight. I'll try to see about getting this thing set up to be uploaded tomorrow. I just uploaded today the Komatsu. I talk about that and the amazing lunch provided to me by Sparks Motors. We have an awesome group of guys. So thanks everyone for watching my video. Thanks for all the subscribers. Thanks for my Patreon supporters. Y'all are great. Thank you so much, and you have a wonderful new week.